Yes.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us first know the inception of Ayurveda, giving respects to who have actually helped us get this. This is a pictorial form of the Ayurvedic. Does anyone know from where it came, how it came?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes. Lord Brahma is considered to be the person behind. Maybe the words in English are disrespectful, but no, with due respect, he is the one who helped us have this greatest signs of health, greatest signs of well-being. From him, it came to Daksha Prajapati. Prajapati had then given it to Ashwini Kumaras. Ashwini Kumaras are none other than, who are they? Can anyone answer?
No, ma'am.
Lord Indra.
They are physicians of gods.
Yeah, they are physicians of gods.
Yes. From them, the knowledge then came to Lord Indra. Once it so happened that there was a lot of chaos on earth happening. There was erratic health issues, there were erratic bacteria, there were erratic viruses. If we speak in terms of the modern terminology happening on earth, many people have been dying erratically without any control. But then Bharadwaja Swami was asked to learn this knowledge. He went to Lord Indra, learned it, came back to earth, applied all that he has learned, and then he had helped many people get out of those illnesses. From Bharadwaja, it very efficiently went to Punarvasu Atreya. Atreya had 6 of his disciples, or we would call his chelas in Hindi, or his students: Agnivesha, Bhela, Jatakarna, Parashara, Harita, and Ksharpani. Actually, from Atreya, it was these 6 people. But Agnivesha had a very intelligent and a diligent student, that is Charaka Mahamuni. The conversation between Agnivesha and Charaka is what is Charaka Samhita that we all are witnessing in the modern day. Or whatever they have been discussing among themselves, whatever Agnivesha was giving solutions or answering the questions which Charaka Mahamuni was asking, if any one of you have happened to study Charaka Samhita, you will see that the entire verse, all the verses are in terms of question answer. That is because it is, if you see the original copy of Charaka Samhita, it is that after that, as time went, slowly it has been rewritten by various scholars. Right? So when things have changed, slowly there will be additions, there will be some deletion also. Nowadays also, we find contradiction among Ayurvedic doctors themselves. We find contradiction among northern part of India and southern part of Indian practitioners. That is because of the transformation of the original one, translation by their own gurus, by their own next level teachers. And Charaka himself has said that whatever has been discussed among his guru and him is a base. But yes, as the time progresses, as and when there is a change in the environment, as and when there is a change in the food habits, and by evolution, the change of the human race, these things need to be re-evaluated and rewritten. That's the reason we find a lot of ambiguity in various practitioners. Nothing to worry. It is based on which zone they belong to, which book they have been referring to, which student has rewritten it, things like that. From Charaka, it is Vagbhatta who was given a very big responsibility to do human trials. Now that we have any new medicine that is being invented needs 1 lakh human trials. Similarly, Vagbhatta was a person, Charaka had written it to approve that yes, whatever was the conversation between him, Charaka Mahamuni and Agnivesha Swami, that is made into practicality, that is applied practically, and then it is written by Vagbhatta. It is Vagbhatta Samhita. What is Ayurveda? Can someone answer?
Art of daily living in harmony with the laws of nature.
Which is related to our nature.
Which is written on the screen. Very nice.
Science of life.
Very good. And
It speaks about the
Ayurvardhate iti
Kapha.
Ayurveda. Ayurvardhate iti Ayurveda. A science which will help us to have long life,
Yes,
happy life, is Ayurveda.
with natural approach.
What do you mean by natural approach?
Things that we use what is created by nature.
That is fair
Consuming
enough.
food.
That is fair enough, but the thing is, it is not only that which is which the nature had given as it is. It also has inculcation of formulation. Whatever nature has given, that mild changes in it, mild formulations from what we get from the nature, with that also we can deal our life. Just suppose if we have all the vegetables around us, we can't directly eat them, right? So we have to convert them into something else to make it absorbable into our gut, absorbable into our body. So they are also allowed. So Ayurveda, Ayu plus Veda, Ayurveda, right? The science of longevity. These are the 3 main pillars of Ayurveda: Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. Ahara, which we are going to learn now. Nidra. Can anyone put their thought on Nidra? Why Nidra?
Because Nidra is important for digestion and also for rest for the body.
Yes, very good.
And
the body to heal the body if you sleep properly.
Very nice.
but I
all
didn't
these are-
understand about this
all these-
Brahmacharya.
Wait. I haven't yet come to that. You have to have little bit of patience till I come to that. I haven't finished Nidra. I have huge questions, right?
To regain the energy, sleep is necessary.
All these are allopathic point of views. All are correct. There's no doubt about it. And Nidra is one of the diagnostic tools as well. Isn't it? When we sleep, the body does its work. That's fair enough. That's absolutely correct. But Nidra will tell about your health. Nidra will speak about your health. Isn't it? If you sleep well, if you have sound sleep, if you sleep at least a couple of hours without any thought what had happened in the day, without any dreams, that is what is called health. If you have sound sleep, if you have Nidra, uninterrupted Nidra, and when you wake up, if you feel afresh, that is what is the ideal health. Even if you wake up in the morning and you still feel sluggish, that is not the proper health. That means your Nidra is not fair, and the conditions or factors which are affecting your Nidra are to be checked. Am I clear?
Yes, madam.
Next, brahmacharya. What is meant by brahmacharya? The word celibacy here does not mean that none of us should have a family life, none of us should have a partner. Celibacy doesn't mean abstaining completely from a sexual life. It means disciplined way of having it, right? The purpose, it should be done to have next evolution, to have kids. It should not be used as a bhogavastu. It should not be used for fun. Am I clear?
Yes, madam.
This is the main shloka in Ayurveda which speaks about the diet. Samadosha, samatnischa, samadhatu, malakriha, prasannatmendriyaha, manaswastya, ityabhidhiyate. A person is said to have good health if all his 3 doshas, 7 dhatus, 3 malas, his agni, his mind, his senses, and soul experiences bliss. Do not worry about these terminology. I'm going to explain you today. May not be dhatus and all, that will come in the future lectures, which will be the advanced part. Yes, dhatus till dhatus, I will definitely explain today. What is dosha? Dosha is a word which is misinterpreted by many. Can someone speak about dosha?
Any problem in the body? Dosha means?
That is one meaning. That is the literal meaning of it. Dosha,
Body.
Telugu or in southern language or in colloquial language, we use the word dosha as some disease. Yeah, someone else can also answer.
Dosha means the actual status has been it has been actually.
Okay, I'll explain. Dosha in Sanskrit is an organization. Dosha is a ratio of few things set together, right? In human body, we speak it in terms of vata, pitta, and kapha, right? When this organization of all the 3, vata, pitta, and kapha, is in equanimity, when the doshas are normal in quality and in their quantity, they have harmonious relation between them and they will give us a harmonious psychology. The moment they all go out of control, right? The moment your hand, all the fingers are not in control. Suppose you have some weakness and one of your fingers is not in control. You want to move it in some direction and it is not moving. That is not fair, right? Then you won't be able to hold a stick or you won't be able to have a bite. Similarly, if there is a change in the ratio of these 3, vata, pitta, and kapha, there is a chaos in the body. If for some reason, am I very slow or very fast? If you can say so that I can change my pace.
Ma'am, can you brief me what is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, please?
Sir, can you please wait till the end of the class? Because this is just the starting. I will explain everything. First, I'll name them.
Okay.
Then I'll explain
Yeah,
them.
because you are talking now Vata, Pitta, so I thought it would be the right time to ask now because without understanding you are talking about Vata, Pitta, so I'm getting confused.
No, I said.
For that reason, I asked.
No, I am just naming it, sir. Here, What is Vata, what is Pitta, and see, I have to first tell you the names, right? Then what are those names? What do they implicate? I'll explain you step by step.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Suppose if any of these, just take them as names for now. What is Vata, what is Pitta, and what is Kapha is what is the class all about, right? So for time being, suppose there are 3 people in this class. Which are the only 3 people in the class. Okay, and their names are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Suppose if either of them is not in sync with the other 2, the class will get disturbed. Similarly, when this combination inside our body, either of them is disturbed, there will be a chaos. I think this everybody knows that we are made of Panch Mahabhutas. The entire universe is a combination of Panch Mahabhutas: space, air, fire, water, and earth. If time permits, at the end, I will tell you the evolution of each one of them, one after the other. But for the time being, I think we can continue from this. I think everybody knows this, that every part in this universe is a combination of these 5 basic elements in different ratios. Does anyone have doubt on this? Or someone contradicts this?
No.
Yeah. Sir, can I know your name? Who had asked me what is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha? I think your name is written as informed law. Yeah. Now we are coming to a little important topic. The combination of these 5 basic elements forms Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in this way. Vata is a mix of air and space, Pitta, fire and water, Kapha, earth plus water. Is everybody understanding, or should I say it faster, or should I say it slower?
I think you're fine, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I think till here, most of you know, right? These are the combinations of, right?
Madam, I have a small doubt. So how Earth can be described as an element?
Solid. Something which is solid, which is strong, whose molecular structure is compact, which has a fixed outer specification, which has a particular structure and shape fixed, which does not change just by keeping somewhere. Suppose if it is water, right? If you pour it in a glass, it takes the shape of the glass. Air, you can't see, but earth is something that you can see. It has its own shape and structure. Am I clear?
Okay.
Yeah. These are the locations of these 3 doshas. These 3 organizations. In this class, from this class onwards, I suggest you all take the word dosha as an organization, but not as a deformity, because that is pradosha. Something which is not good, something which is having a deformity. That dosha is different. But in this class, we are going to take it as an organization.
Yes.
What does this symbolize is Vata. The organs which lie between these 2 lines are the main ones which govern Vata and which are governed by Vata. The organs which are lying between these 2 lines, the center of our body, the organs over here are the ones which govern Pitta and which are governed by Pitta. It's mutual. Similarly is the Kapha. right? If you see the organs here, lungs are solid in structure, right? Earth plus water. They have water inside them, and the structure of the lung is quite compact. If we open the lungs, I think they can fill the entire room that we are sitting. They are so compact. There are so many alveoli. Similarly, when we come to pitta, it's fire plus water. If we see here, the food that is ingested, which comes here, is diluted, is mixed with enzymes. Enzymes are fluidy. Enzymes are acidic, so they also come under fire. There is water. We sip water. The food contains water. So this is the water and fire zone. Vata. What is air and ether? Ether, for time being, you can take as vacuum. To understand physically, it is vacuum. Suppose if you all remember, we used to play like, who can hold the glass onto the mouth without using hands. We used to suck the air from the glass and hold it onto our mouth. How was that possible? Because there was nothing inside the glass, and we were just sucking everything inside. And the vacuum used to help it hold on to our mouth. Getting my point? Did everyone understand vacuum?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I understood.
Yes.
Now we come to the next level, that is manifestations of each Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata being space and air, it is, see, when you see the screen, you see different kinds of people here. Differently structured people here. Suppose if you see a person who's very thin, if we go to a lunch or a dinner with someone, we might be eating, the person adjacent to us might be eating a lot, but he's always thin. He might be eating 10 times than us, but he still doesn't put on weight. Vata Prakriti. Right? Someone who eats, digests, and puts on very little weight. Pitta Prakriti. Kapha. Someone who eats very less, but still puts on weight. Kapha Prakriti. Why? Because whatever he is eating, his tendency itself is to get structure of whatever he is eating. Right? Tendency of this Pitta person is whatever he is eating is burnt a bit, then diluted a bit. And whatever this person is eating is evaporating more than digesting less. Did everyone understand this?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So if you see that person, starting with Vata, someone who's very thin, he'll always complain about dryness. How much ever moisturizer he applies, it just, goes inside. He seems to be nervous. See, these manifestations are not just for the personality or the outlook. They are also the manifestations of the person's thinking also. These Vata, Pitta, Kapha are not just the physical entities. They are also psychological entities of a person. They are also entities which are there on each and every organ. Every organ inside our body is a combination of these three. Our DNA is a combination of these three. Some of us look like our father, some of us look like our mother. Then when you check the combination, the ratio of Vata, Pitta, Kapha of my mother is similar to the Vata, Pitta combination of me, so I look like her. If it is similar to the combination of my father, I will look like my father. Now coming to this, a person who's very thin, he's airy, he's quick, he's very restless, his sleep won't be clear, he's sensitive to cold. Anyone has got any doubt can stop me here when I'm reading this. Or if he has doubt, want me to explain that particular quality, can stop me. Right? Creative. See, he is airy, right? Space and air. His thought moves anywhere, everywhere. Sometimes he's like, if we see very young kids, some kids are quite active. Nowadays, a new word like hyperactivity has come. No, their vata is so high. There is no child who's hyperactive according to Ayurveda. It is only that his vata pradosha is high. We have to normalize it. He will be fine. Because he is so light, he wants to jump. If we have a balloon, why will the balloon stay at one place? As the air comes, it keeps moving. Opposite to vata is a person kapha, who's heavy, who's at one place, who's grounded, right? Who's built from the childhood, who gains weight, who's calm, who's very loving, who's grounded. Pitta is in between these two, very stable. For example, I'll give you a small example to understand the personalities of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Suppose all these three combinations of people are in a building and somehow the building caught fire. And everyone came to know that the building caught fire. What will happen? The moment the Vata person knows that there is fire, he would have jumped from whichever floor he is. That is a Vata personality. What is Pitta personality? Oh, is it fire? So fire is there. Let me try how to, put it off. He'll try a bit. He will definitely put his mind onto it. He will try. Then if he can't, then he will evacuate. Kapha person, अरे वो third floor में है, मैं fourth floor में हूँ. Wait till it reaches fourth floor. Wait. He is stable. He's not in a hurry. This is both positive as well as negative. Did everyone understand?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
I think only the 4 or 5 people are answering.
Yes, ma'am.
Understanding. Yeah.
Yes, I can understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the response.
Madam, 1
This-
minute.
Yeah.
Could you explain three doshas with trigunas? Could you explain, madam?
Sattva, Rajas, Tamas.
Yeah, with Vata, Pitta, Kapha, madam. The relation between Vata, Pitta. That means Tamoguna personality belongs to
So that is a very different topic altogether. We are in a basic level of this thing, right?
Okay, madam. Okay.
Tamoguna is someone who knows about Sattva Guna, Rajas Guna, right? I think many of them over here don't know, but your question I'll answer maybe at the end of the session, okay? Those things which are out of the things which are there on the screen, I'll answer at the end of the class for sure. I'll answer that.
Okay.
On the screen, I think 3 different personalities have understood. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Now let us go to the main part, Agni. Shekhar Garu, the session is all about food, right? If I start telling you about Vata, Pitta, Kapha on Tamoguna and Rajas Guna, that is little out of the topic, but I'll answer you personally, okay?
Okay, madam.
Madam, I will interfere for one moment. Sorry for the interference. My name is Amir. As you read my informed law, many times I have read the Vata, Pitta in books and in newspapers. But today I understood. Very good explanation. I really appreciate. Today I understood what is actually Vata, Pitta, and that is the one. Thank you.
I'm really indebted for your appreciation, but the thing is, you all can bombard your love at the end of the class. Yeah, okay. Let us go to Agni right now. As we all know, this is the place we all say that this is Agni. Do you think this is the only place that we have Agni?
No.
Very nice. Then name them. I'll help you out. I already have shown you the slide here. Yes. Agni, fire. Now you can see here. Now, what organs could have been here?
Liver,
Gallbladder,
kidney.
Very nice, excellent, excellent. I have a very knowledge crowd today.
Madam, liver ఉంటుంది, gallbladder, spleen, pancreas.
Hmm.
Between pitta and vata, slight kidneys also, backside.
Back కి వెళ్ళకమ్మా. Back కి వెళ్ళకు.
Only
Front కే. బ్యాక్ కి దాని మేనిఫెస్టేషన్ వేరు, ఫ్రంటే. ఎందుకంటే బ్యాక్ వెళ్తే మళ్ళీ స్పైన్ ఉంటుంది, అదంతా ఉంటుంది కదా, అలా కాదు.
liver, kidney, gallbladder, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen.
సూపర్, వెరీ గుడ్. రైట్. సో
మేడం, ఒక చిన్న డౌట్. అంటే టిల్ టుడే సో వేరెవర్ వి రెడ్ అబౌట్ త్రిదోష, పిత్తంలో ఉట్టి ఫైర్ మాత్రమే అన్నాము. దిస్ ఇస్ ఫస్ట్ టైం ఐఎమ్ లిస్నింగ్ ఫైర్ అండ్ వాటర్ కాంబినేషన్ లో పిత్తం అంటామని. కెన్ యూ ఎనీథింగ్ దట్ కెన్ బి
మీరు
క్లారిఫైడ్?
వినలేదు అంటే అది మీరు సరిగ్గా చదవలేదు అని, భానుప్రకాష్. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ దేర్ ఇన్ ది ఇంటర్నెట్, ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ ఆయుర్వేదిక్ బుక్. పిత్త అంటే ఫైర్ ఒకటి అనేది తెలియని వాళ్ళు చెప్పేది. అంటే జనరల్ పబ్లిక్ కి అర్థం అవడానికి అని చెప్పి అలా చెప్తారు. It is not that. Pitta is not just fire. How can fire, if there is only fire, Bhanuprakash, in the stomach, your mucous lining will be burnt away, right? Your organs will be burnt away. There is some other factor which calms it down, which keeps it in equanimity, right?
Okay, madam.
Yeah, suppose kapha, everybody says it's only water. Some people say it's only earth. No, how can it be, right? There should be something which calms it down. If when you're playing a seesaw, there should be two people on both sides. It can't be just one person.
Yeah, అదే క్వశ్చన్ మేడం. ఎందుకంటే మిగతా రెండు దోషాలు, ఫర్ ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టూ దోషాస్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ కాంబినేషన్, బట్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ పిత్త వై ఓన్లీ వన్ ఎలిమెంట్? దట్ వాస్ ద క్వశ్చన్.
No, it is fire plus water.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Major share of Agni is in the stomach. So this is the biggest space where Agni is there. But otherwise, every cell, every part in our body has got Agni, but in a different ratio. It is not same ratio, right? Suppose if there is Agni inside the lungs, we can't breathe. There will be a lot of hotness. How can we breathe? So there Agni is in a limited ratio, because if there is no heat over there, then there won't be any movement of air. So little bit of Agni is important, but in a particular ratio that it is ought to be. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This will
Yes.
help you understand what exactly is Agni and how Agni will help you. As you all can see, this is like, cooking some food. When we have an outdoor cooking, we need some fuel. We would be using wood, right? We would be having a vessel. Suppose if we are cooking rice, we need to pour some water. So the vessel is our stomach. Yeah. And the fuel over here is the digested food of yesterday. Whatever we eat today will be the fuel for tomorrow's digestion. Okay. And if there is fire, we know how our grannies used to cook. We used to have a tubular pipe to blow air and to increase that fire. Right? In advanced classes, you will be learning about vayus, that is air, literal meaning of vayu, the air. There are 5 different types of vayus again. In that, the vayu which resides in the stomach is called samana vayu. This samana vayu will help as a blower, will work like a blower. Getting my point, right? You have water, you have stomach, the food is gone inside, you have the fuel, it will be ignited. Who will help her to get ignited is a samana vayu. And the rice or the food that you eat, which you have ingested, will be cooked. Right?
Right, ma'am.
There are different types. Yeah.
Can you please go to the previous slide? So you said that the food that is digested yesterday will be used as fuel to digest the food today. to digest the
Tomorrow.
today's food.
Tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Today's food will be helpful for digestion of tomorrow's food.
Yeah. So does it mean that whatever I eat today is still in my stomach tomorrow also?
No. The essence, you will have ahar. It is not like that. See, what is fuel in the stomach? It is the enzymes, right? Which will ooze out from the walls of the stomach to digest the food that you eat. The enzymatic activity is governed by your yesterday's food.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Whatever you eat today, Chaitanya, that needs some enzymes to be released from the walls of your stomach.
Yes.
Right? They have to be broken down, right?
Yes.
If you take milk, peptides, it have to be converted to peptides, pepsins, renins, all these things come, right? When you eat dal and all, they
Yes.
have to be broken down to small pieces, and then they have to be digested to become you, to assimilate into you.
Mhm.
That enzymatic activity or that rush of enzymes is based on yesterday's food. It's not because of today's food.
Okay.
Okay, that's what is fuel, right? The food that you have given is the rice that you have poured, and you have to lit it, right? And they are the fuel. Got it?
Okay. So what I was thinking is, so when we eat, some digestive juices are released from the liver into the stomach, and once it is digested, so and all the digestive juices are again absorbed into the liver. So this is what.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, it is not that simple. It is not at all that simple. Digestion is not such a simple science. Whatever food comes here, there is digestion at every stage. There is digestion at the starting from the mouth. The moment you see, the moment you taste, the moment you smell, digestion starts at that point. It's not that it starts after it is ingested inside the stomach. The moment you just see it, the color itself, the moment you see a green color, the moment you see red color, the moment you see pickles, the moment you see some rice, immediately the brain makes a palette figure inside it. It will start, okay, I have these colors coming, so I have to give these enzymes inside my stomach. I have to keep them ready by the time this comes inside. It is so much. And the enzymes come, they break down here. They go to the duodenum, and at duodenum, liver will give the bile juice to further break it down. Pancreas will give its own juice to further break it down. Then they go to small intestine. It is still broken down. There are n number of stages for it to go, right? It's not just one thing. It goes, it comes. Then once it is digested inside the small intestine, it absorbs at the small intestine, you have villi, right? They absorb the final juices. They send that juice to the every part of the body. They assimilate into the blood. Then from the blood, and this blood will be moving to every organ, right? Blood keeps moving to the entire body. When it goes to liver will take whatever it wants from that blood. When it goes to kidney will take out whatever it wants from that blood. When it goes to the large intestine, the remaining food, large intestine will absorb the final amounts of vitamin K and other things from that blood. So from that food. So there are various stages of it. For that, you have to learn anatomy, physiology.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. There are actually 40 types of Agni in human body, but the major 4 things that will be easy to understand will be Samagni, Vishamagni, Tikshnagni, Mandagni. What is Samagni? Balanced form of Agni. That means, can someone help me know what is immunity?
Immunity, is like some bacteria which is inside our. No. I'm sorry.
It helps us it helps us fight any viruses or
Immunity is a
Anything
system
that opposes.
as a mechanism which is there to protect from all the foreign matter entering into body which is harmful, and also sometimes inside the body as well.
Okay.
It is some
Capacity
good
to
bacteria
resist
in our body.
antibodies.
Pardon? One at a time, please.
Yep. Capacity to resist antibodies or that is harmful for the body.
Yes. What is this happening when it is fighting? It is trying to
ability to protect the body.
Very good. And recovery potential of the body. Whatever ailment comes or whatever disparity happens, due to any reason, due to bacteria, virus, not just bacteria or virus. Suppose if I fall somewhere, do I not need my immunity? I'll have pain. My stomach aches. So suppose if I eat some bad food, which is not suiting my organization, my dosha, that is also immunity, right? I should again come out of that situation. That will happen only if you have samagni, a balanced form of agni, right? We have been seeing n number of products that nowadays saying they boost your immunity. We should always remember immunity is not something antiviral or antibacterial. It is it. Yes, definitely. It is that also. But actual meaning of immunity is like, the highest, the recovery potential should be the best. Immunity is the recovery potential of a person. Yeah? Any doubt?
No.
Yeah. Samagni is like getting hunger when you're supposed to getting sleep when you're supposed to sleep, waking up when you're supposed to wake up. That I'll explain that. All those things are there in my following slides. Don't worry about that. Just understand the literal meanings of these so that you will be understanding it further. Vishamagni, irregular metabolism. Vishamagni is something, poisonous hunger. Suppose if I eat now, within half an hour, 10 minutes, I'll be very hungry. And after that, I won't be hungry for hours together. Right? Then again, tomorrow I might feel hungry, but suddenly at the middle of the night, I'll have huge hunger pangs. Like, I want to eat whatever is available around me. It could be anything. Sometimes even benches, chairs, anything. That is Vishmagni. Erratic spurge of Pitta. Erratic Agni inside the stomach or inside the body. Tikshnagni. If the food is not given, you slap that person or slap whoever is in front of you. That is Tikshnagni. Okay. Mandagni. You will eat. Body will never ask you food. You will eat only because you have to give some food to the body. You have to ingest something so that you have to stand. You are taught that you have to have something to survive. Mandagni. Suppose you get, I think there are many housewives also here. They all have the habit of eating at the end after the kids go away, the husband goes to the office, kids go to the school, then they sit. Till then, were they not hungry?
Yes, they are, but they are.
Yes, they are there, but their Agni did not call them. If they are hungry, maybe they would have eaten something, right? But slowly, due to their wrong lifestyle, their Agni has become slow, dull. That is Manda Agni. Next. This is a slide which tells you about. For a couple of slides, just see what it is. Then you can relate to each and everything once we go to the daily lifestyle. This is how tastes relate to the elements. Sweet is a taste which is a combination of earth and water. What other thing is, which organization or which dosha is sweet?
Which dosha?
Kapha.
Kapha.
Very good. Excellent, Alexia.
Kapha.
Kapha.
Mm.
So
Kapha.
someone who got kapha, now you can understand someone who's having cold and cough, should he take sweet or not?
No, I think. No.
No.
Because at that time he is in a pradosha, he is not happy or healthy. He is having this problem, so he should not take this. Sar is a combination of earth and fire. This is a typical combination. This does not directly relate to any dosha. Salty, water and fire. Which
So
dosha?
you mean if you
Pitta.
are a high pitta
Pitta.
person, you should be having salty food?
Pardon?
if you are a water plus fire person, which is pitta, then you should be having salty food.
No. This is not about who's asking, Deepali ji?
Yes, I am.
This is just the base of it, right? Who should take it, who should not take it is the next level.
Achha.
This is the, like, you know, 1 plus 2 is 3. Should 3 be used for multiplication or division? That's that's next level one, right? Suppose if a person who is having more pitta, that means his body is more prone to sedimenting water and salty things more. It means that. It doesn't mean that the person should take it.
Okay.
It is its combination, right?
Mhm.
If he takes that more, then he will increase his pitta.
So he should be eating it less.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you get biology?
Got it. So you should eat less salty food. Okay.
Yes. Pungent, air plus fire. Even this is a typical, this does not relate directly to the doshas. Bitter, air plus ether.
Okay.
Suppose if a person, vata, what is vata? Air plus
ether.
Air plus ether, right? Vacuum, for time being, they take it as vacuum, right? Suppose a person is having pains due to his vata dosha. And suppose an old person who is supposed to be in vata. Yeah, let me tell you one thing here. Every one of us from birth till 18 years of age fall under kapha dosha.
Sorry,
Okay,
can you please repeat it again?
Yeah, from by birth till 18 years of age. From 18 to 60 years of age, we fall in pitta zone. Above 60, we fall in vata zone. Irrespective of our body's organizations by birth, during this age, we will definitely have problems, both benefits and problems based on those doshas. Did everyone get that?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, as bitter, it belongs to vata. That is above 60 years of age. If we give bitter gourd curry to an oldie, he will definitely complain that his problem has increased.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you can ask me questions on this. Or he might scold you, why have you made this curry? He might like it, but he can't digest it, or he can't sustain after that properly. He can't function after that properly. He can't sleep after
Karela is
that.
not good for everybody, basically.
Yes. People with
Hi,
vata pradosha. Vata pradosha is not good. Pradosha is something, is a deformity, like it is not in balance, which are those who are having problem with that organization inside the body, it is not good for them. Yeah. Astringent.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, Priyanka here. So for instance, my mother-in-law, she's like 68 years old, and she has diabetes, and it's said that bitter gourd is good for diabetes. So should she eat it or avoid it?
Now you tell me, if a vata person just keeps, see, bitter gourd is good for diabetes, but in which ratio? How much weight is she? What is the amount of diabetes that is she having? It depends on that. It is not like same 250 ml of bitter gourd can be taken by every diabetic patient. Not at all. There are patients who are taking bitter gourd juice since years, but the diabetes is at her own place.
Oh, okay.
That is,
Got it.
the root cause of her diabetes is not the vata dosha. That is
Got
because
it.
of other problem. Maybe she's obese. Maybe she's not having good metabolic. Maybe she got it because of mandagni.
Insomnia. Yeah.
Yeah. Many things. So
Yeah.
it is. See, unfortunately, Ayurveda has been allopathized these days. It's the same formula if the trial is done on 10 people, and if 2 or 3 of them are getting benefited, it can't be generalized to the rest of the 7. That can't happen.
Got it.
Is there a typo here for bitter also? It is air plus what? Air plus earth, and for astringent also it's air plus earth. Is that
Air
correct?
plus ether it is.
Where?
In
Bitter is
the
air plus ether.
bitter it says air plus earth, right? Is that a typo?
No, air plus ether. It is written ether, right?
Ether. Okay. Ether. Sorry, my bad. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, this is a general chart based, I've just made a small chart based on this. Suppose if a person takes sweet, what will happen? Suppose if you give sweet to an oldie, will he like it or not?
He will like it.
He will like it. He will be happy with his pains because that will reduce vata. But when he takes that sweet in excess quantity, that will cause problem. Which problem?
Become kapha.
Very good. Kapha will be increasing. Sar, similarly, vata will be reduced, but his pitta and kapha. So I think I will share these tables in the group, the major tables which are there. Don't worry about it. Just be quietly listening to this. Anyways, recording is there, so you can see that in future. These are the 5 elements of foods. This is the categorization of foods based on the 5 basic elements. That, if a person is having a problem in pitta, that is fire plus water. So he should be very careful with the combination of foods which are with fire and water. Water is nothing like, there is no particular vegetable which comes under water as such. Every vegetable has water in it, but yes. Just have a look at these things. If you have doubt, tell me. The screen is coming a bit in the last line.
So these are the foods we have to avoid.
No. There is nothing like avoid or eat. This is not a treatment class. This is a knowledge class.
Okay.
Right? If you have a problem with that organization, or if you have vata problem, pitta problem, you know that this problem falls into that category. If you are aware of that, you have that clarity, then yes. Then yes. If you have problem with that organization, you avoid it. If you think you do not have pitta, if you are not hunger, you don't have sufficient pitta, then eat foods which are under fire and water. Combination of those two. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I move ahead or shall I wait?
Yeah, you can
All
go
of you will
ahead.
get
ma'am.
chart. All of you will get this chart in the group. Don't worry. Tomorrow I'll upload these.
Yes.
Okay.
The very important one, I want every one of you to know what should not be eaten. Whatever you eat is fine, but what not is very, very, very important, right? This is the combination of food that I've been, I would say, barking on my patients, whoever comes, spending hours on them in explaining these. Somehow, I might miss some points, but here today we will not miss. Major thumb rule is milk and milk products with salt, a big no. Milk and milk products with fruits, a big no. Wheat with gingerly, sesame, a big no. Non-veg with fruits, a big no. Non-veg with milk or milk products, a big no. Did you all get my point?
Yes. So
This is the
basically, paneer, butter
thing.
masala, paneer curry we have to avoid.
You won't die that day. Or if you eat these things, you won't end your life that day. It doesn't mean that. Sorry for you using such harsh words, but it is not like you're going to end that day. What it means is, yes, it will disturb your gut immediately and in the long run as well.
Paneer and butter masala. So you should not have that.
Paneer,
Ideally,
butter
no.
masala, palak paneer.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes. For a vegetarian, nothing else is left.
one more thing is like milk product and salt, you said, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So what about chas, that is buttermilk?
Buttermilk ideally should not have salt into it. That is a
Oh,
modernized way of taking it. That is a wrong way. Why it came into the
okay.
evolution is, see, at some places, what happens is, like wish ko nikalta hai. In Hindi we say, right? Similarly,
Right.
sometimes, suppose if we take Rajasthan, peak summers, whatever, see, you have to retain some fluid inside the body. Whatever buttermilk you take, if you take a plain buttermilk, it will detox. It will let away all the water, bad waters, or whatever water soluble toxins. It will accumulate, and it will let it out of the body. But places like Rajasthan, where they want any form of fluid to be there inside the body for survival, only during that peak summer, to retain some moisture inside the body, to not to get dehydrated, occasionally, on that situation, you can have salt. A South Indian who's always sweating need not have salt in the buttermilk.
So, as a South Indian, we end our meal with curd rice or buttermilk rice. So, from now onwards, we
Don't
won't.
add salt into it. No. See, whatever food goes inside your body, the stomach has acid. Everything has to break down there. There it has channels. There it has its own intelligence to break them down. But what I meant to say is, don't mix your salt inside your plate in the curd rice itself. Let the curd rice be plain.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I understood. Thank you.
Yeah. So, reading through this, yeah.
One more thing, the honey thing, I didn't get it. What is that with equal ghee by weight? I didn't get that part.
You're not, there are various, there are many people who take honey, ghee together early in the morning.
Okay. So it's a
That is
bad
not allowed.
combination, that means.
Yes.
Very bad.
Panchamrit. The Panchamrit that we take in our puja is not only honey and ghee. It is along with curd, milk. There are other things which are there in it, and the ratio of honey and ghee is not equal in Panchamrit. That is allowed. And honey in hot water. I've been having patients who come to me. Unfortunately, they say, "I'm so healthy. I'm like, not healthy as such. I'm not healthy. That's why they have come to me." They say every day morning I'll have hot water with honey. Not at all. According to Ayurveda, it is a poison. Honey is a structured, a well-defined herb, which is not available everywhere in the universe. God has given it in very scarce quantities. Even the person who's breeding honeybee won't be having it in tons. After so many days of hard work, he gets one bottle of honey. So that is medicine. It's a high antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, what all names you have. It is, yes, only when it is taken the way it is formed, not when it is heated. When it is heated, it breaks down into a poisonous combination. You should not have it.
And
You can
it's a okay,
follow,
continue.
you can lick honey and you can follow it with hot water, but don't mix honey in hot water. Yeah.
One more thing is it's written fruit as a rule with any other food. Means fruit just by itself, not with any other food, means not even oats and anything like that.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, okay.
But
But the
madam,
dates and date and milk, those two things goes well together, right? That's what it
Yes.
is meant. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
fine. Got it.
See, there are rare combinations where when they have their prakriti similar, then they can be combined. But when their prakritis are opposite, no, you cannot combine.
So fruit, we should always have it on its own.
Individually, yes. See, suppose I in my previous classes, one person asked me that lemon is citric acid is having a major amount of citrus thing in it. It's an acidic one. Milk is also acidic. Yogurt is also acidic. No, do not compare this with the allopathic manifestations or postulates. It's not like that. The after effects is what Ayurveda speaks. It's not the physical it's not, suppose if you squeeze lemon in the curd, the thick curd, did you ever do that? Did you ever see it breaks? You can see the molecules being broken immediately. The milk also, we make paneer using lemon, right?
Yes.
Whatever structure we have in the milk, we are breaking it with lemon. So that which we are eating will break our own cells, right? You will eat, you are what you're eating.
Yes.
Getting the point?
Question.
Yep.
So you mentioned that the foods that should not be taken together. So can you please mention, like, is there some time gap that we can keep and between these foods, if we are like in
1.5.
a day?
Ideally 2 hours, at least 1.5 hours.
Okay, all right. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm going
Yes.
ahead.
Thank you.
Yes, this is the time. This in the entire 24 hours of time. These are the ranges of time where those particular doshas are at peak. Okay. Morning 6 to 10, and at night also. Evening 6 to 10 also. It is kapha. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pitta. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Pitta. Vata. 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. is again Vata.
So
There
I have
was the
a
entire
question.
day, right? And kapha is the entire day.
Pardon?
So kapha,
No.
it's active
6 a.m.
from
to 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
10 and to 6.
get up
6
and then
p.m. to 10 p.m.
so you're getting up at 6, sleeping at 10, then it's entire day. No sugar.
So I have a question.
Can we have the questions at the end if it is not based on the same
Yes.
slide?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Those
Okay.
questions which are not about the same slide, please don't
I
ask.
have
Please
the
ask at
question
the end
on
of
this
the
slide.
I ask it. Ask it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if I want to gain weight, I have to eat.
Wait. This is, I already said this is a knowledge based. This is not a treatment class or upgradation class. Learn the basics. This is a basics class, Krishna Chaitanya.
Okay. Okay.
Your question will come at the end. It doesn't
Okay.
belong to this slide.
Okay.
You definitely asked me that question. I understood what you want to ask. You ask, it will help many people over here.
Okay, sure.
Okay, little more patience because there are slides which will speak on that.
Okay.
Now coming to the next part. Daily routine that all of us are supposed to have, right? As per Ayurveda. This is the ideal condition with little changes or minor changes based on the modern lifestyle. Okay. Now that we have understood tentatively what is a kapha person, vata person, a pitta person, we know what we are. Basically, other than me checking your nadi and telling, but by looking at your own self, by knowing that if you eat less, you put on weight, or if you, how much ever you eat, you don't put on weight. So you know that to which category of dosha you fall. Person with vata pradosha is supposed to get up by 6 a.m. Pitta pradosha. Can someone, Chaitanya, you mute those who are, when we are having disturbances, maybe. Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. Here you said that swish and rinse out your mouth, right? So I've heard that there's some people who say that when you get up in the morning, drink just a drink without brushing or rinsing out anything. Drink warm water. So your whatever is bacteria is in your mouth, you drink it up. Hello?
Hello. Oh, 1 second. I think you are on mute. Huh.
Okay. See, Can you, all of you, please wait till I've finished reading that sentence. You don't just read that and ask me question because I haven't yet finished the first part itself.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to wait till I finish explaining you that, right? Yeah. Chaitanya, unmute everybody. Just if you find any unusual sound, only then you mute them because they won't get a chance to ask. Or we can do one thing, they can raise their hand. If someone got a doubt, right, they can raise the hand, we will allow them to ask.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that, Chaitanya.
Sure.
Mute everybody. Ask them to raise their hand if they have the doubt. Once they, by the end of the slide, I'll allow them to ask. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. People with these doshas should wake up at least by that time. As soon as they wake up, whichever lord or whichever system, whichever religion they follow, supposed to say dhyana. Do not just keep your feet on the land without praying. It is not because of the spiritual needs. It is also because of the spiritual needs and some achievements in a different, in different schools of thought. But yes, the moment you say something, when you chant something, or you just speak to someone who's not physically over here, will help you to increase little bit of vata inside the mind, which is very important for your well-being for the entire day. That will help you to be active the entire day. Then Mukha Prakshalana. Keep your legs down, praying Lord, praying earth, showering lots of good wishes and blessings from God to our soldiers, our farmers, our parents, and all those who are helping us to survive on earth. Then Mukha Prakshalanam, mouthwash. First, take some water, splash it onto your face, take some water, swish it, spit it out. Very importantly, you have to wash your eyes.
Okay.
ఒక్క నిమిషం కిందది చెప్పండి. Now that you have had a mouthwash just by plain water, yes, without brushing, you have to just with plain water, you have to swish and spit it out, and then you have to have Ushapana. You should drink a glass of water at the room temperature in sitting posture for sure. You should never drink water in standing position at any cost. Unless if you're traveling, you're standing in a bus, you're thirsty, maybe there is no other chance, so you can have it. But otherwise, you should not take that. Whatever water you're going to drink as the first thing in the morning, the Ushapanam, is ideally to be taken the water which is kept inside a copper jug the day before, right? At least 12 hours, 24 hours is ideal. Now you unmute everybody, Krishna Chaitanya, they can ask questions on this slide.
Ask one.
Or they can raise their hands. What?
So
I
I
have
mean,
a question.
go ahead.
Chaitanya, you ask them to raise the hands and you give chance to each and everyone one after the other.
Okay. Okay. But
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
So my question was that when you're saying swish and rinse out your mouth, a lot of from what I've understood from that a lot of people say that when you get up in the morning, without rinsing your mouth, drink a glass of water at room temperature. So whatever is in your mouth, you drink it. Whatever that bacteria
First
is
we
developed.
have to we have to swish it out first. Only then you should take. Swishing is very important. After that, without brushing, you should drink. It is not that without swishing you should not take. That's not fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Ajay Garni hand raise చేసే Chaitanya.
Yes. So I have to lower his hand to.
You have to unmute him.
Ask to unmute. Okay. Ajay, I have unmuted you. I have sent a request to unmute yourself. Can you unmute? Am I audible?
Yeah, I'm going to next slide. If we get in touch with him, he can ask me again later. Or he can write it down in the messages also. Yeah.
No, I have actually enabled everyone can unmute themselves
I
and.
think they don't have doubt, Chaitanya. We'll go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Then Mala Visarjana. Mala Visarjana Kriya is ideally in Kukutasana. How is it? Indian toilet. The way we squat on Indian bathrooms. We also have an option like Anglo-Indian one. Anglo-Indian pants that we have where we can sit like an Indian one, as well as those who have knee problem can sit. But as much as possible, we should sit in that asana in a squat position on Indian toilet. Why? Why? Can anyone answer?
Because the entire bowel will be.
You don't answer,
molecules-
Chaitanya. You are my very long-lasting
Okay.
associate, so you know everything. You wait.
Okay.
Not putting pressure in short, like
Why? Not putting pressure or putting pressure?
in the sense English toilet, I mean Indian toilet is like like there's no need of putting pressure, something like, I don't know how to say
Okay,
exactly.
got it.
It
Right. Okay. It comes on its own. It's
actually
easy for
helps
it to
the
come out.
structure of large
Why is it?
intestine.
Pardon? When you squat like that, all of you see that your thigh portion will be pushing your lower abdomen inside.
Yes.
And the organs over there, the intestines over there, get a push, get an ignition, right? You're pushing things to come up. The gases are pushed. Once the gases come out, the remaining feces easily comes out at a go. Not like a loose motion one, but yes, one after the other, like a small train. Okay? And that
Yes.
too, that is the zone which is Vata Pradhana, right? Then in future, when we learn about the diseases related to Vata, whatever disease whatever disease a person is suffering with, like, the Vata kind of person, or the person with Vata Pradosha, or a person with Vata based diseases, you can immediately say that, yes, my mother is constipated since years. She is suffering with knee pains. She's suffering with body aches. She complains about headaches, right? All these things will be easy to understand. Next, Danta Dhavana. Clean your teeth with what? With all these things, twigs of these plants. The list that I have it here. Okay? Or ideal thing for modern day life, the tooth powder, but that tooth powder should have a taste of astringents, pungents, and bitter. Tooth powder should not be sweet like a Colgate tooth powder. Sorry to use that brand's name. I don't mean anything against that brand, but yes, the taste should not be sweet like we all have. Like many of you are using the toothpaste should be sweet. If it is pungent or if it is bitter, you won't use it. No, why are we having this in that taste? Because when there is a bitter taste in the mouth, your brain immediately gives signals to the stomach to give a sweet rasa, a madhura rasa. That means the first thing that you are making your stomach to give is madhura rasa, sweet. The stomach is your second brain. If you have sweet coming out of your stomach as a first thing, that will make your whole day stable. That will the same madhura rasa will be reflected to your mind also, and the whole day you will have a stable mind. You will have a happy mind. Suppose if you are giving sweet inside the mouth as a first thing, the rasa which is opposite to the bitter one, the sweet one is bitter. The stomach, to stabilize that sweet, it will give bitter taste inside the stomach. The whole day is chidchida. You're having a bitter taste in the mouth. Bitter enzyme coming out in the stomach is the first thing, right? Got my point, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So the first thing that goes inside the mouth should not be the sweet one. It should be the bitter one to have a better day ahead. And the list of the plants here are the ones whose twigs you can use. Ideally, in India, we take neem as the first thing because because the whole Indian continent itself is Vata Pradhana country. South India is much more Vata prone. So in this Vata thing, what did I say in the previous slides? These are governed by that. So we are governed by neem. We are governed by babul. We are governed by lodra. We are governed by bilva. Whichever tree is prominent in our area, that twig is the one we are supposed to use.
Okay.
Jihva nirlekhana. Evarana hand raise cheste cheppu, Chaitanya.
Everyone can unmute and ask the question. Actually, I'm not finding, I'm new to this. So,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Jihva nirlekhana, tongue scraping. There are various schools of thought on tongue scraping. Here in Telangana, in some regions, some people don't scrape their tongue. They do it only with their fingers. They only promote emesis. That is there because that area is not moisture rich. That area is a very dry land. The only moisture that they can get to their body is the froth on the tongue. So they don't ooze it out. They don't scrape it out. Gandusha. Once you scrape, your mouth is clean and clear now. Now you do the oil pulling. Unfortunately, all these things are known by many of you here, but the way you're doing it was wrong. Many of them do the oil pulling first. To avoid the oily stickiness inside the mouth, they brush after they do the oil pulling. That is a wrong way. You should first clean the mouth and then go for oil pulling. Why oil pulling? Does anyone know?
It's also kind of like toxin and all, like, you know.
Yes. See, wow, a body is a very unusual engineering the God has done to our body. Suppose if some toxins are not evacuated in our previous thing, suppose like during the Malavisarjana part, right? Here, it is supposed to evacuate out. Suppose, did you ever observe the shape of our teeth? If we chop down our face horizontally across the mouth, right? If you separate out the jaw lines, the upper and the lower one, you see they are the shape of large intestine. Do you observe that? So if you do oil pulling after cleaning, because why are we cleaning? Danta Dhavana and your Jihva Nirlekhana are connected to your evacuating still. You might have done Malavisarjana, but yes, whatever traces are still there will be instigated by your Danta Dhavana and Jihva Nirlekhana, and whatever still, if it is remaining, that will be still worked on by Gandusha, by oil pull. Right? They all will be pulled back in some capillary action so that you swish, they are dissolved, all those toxins which can be dissolved in the oil, the acids inside the mouth will allow them to mix inside the oil that is there. At that time, our saliva is an emulsifier. It will allow every toxin to get dissolved inside that oil and we can just spit it out. Not, this is a physical form of it, but there are various other usages of Gandusha. Next, Anjanam, which none of us are doing right now unless we go to a party. But yes, the kajal made of castor oil should be put as one of the first things in the morning because eyes are a replica of the fire inside us. You might have seen various people. Some people's eyes are always yellow. They might not be having jaundice, but yes, some are having fierce red color. Some are oranges, whitish. There are various vidhas of pariksha in Ayurveda, Ashtavida pariksha, Dashavida pariksha. In those parikshas, yes, drik. By looking at their eyes, we should be able to say what dosha the person is having. But if that person is putting castor oil every day onto the eyes as anjanam, it will calm down the excessive pitta if that person is having. Nasyam. What is nasyam? Instilling few drops of ghee, brahmi or sesame oil into both your nostrils. Lie down horizontally. Do not have pillow. Instill. It should be. It's a typo actually. It is 2 to 3 drops. It came as 3 to 3 drops. Yeah, and this will help further dilute if there are any toxins in the form of sinusitis. Will be calmed down. You will not have sinus issue if you follow this. Here it is written as improves voice, vision, and mental clarity because the seat of pitta in the head will be calmed down at the juncture, that is the end of the nostrils, right? This oil or the ghee goes there and calms down the pitta over there. Pitta is responsible for voice, vision, and mental clarity. So this kriya will help to pacify pitta and all these things will be improved. Don't misunderstand this dhumapana. This is not cigarette smoking. This is herbal smoke inhalation. This is anywhere not available in the modern day. Next comes vyayama.
But what
Right?
is it?
What is it? Yes, there are, previously we used to have the 6 major trees in our system, right? Bilva, your neem trees, your guava trees, all these leaves of the 8 specific trees. Those trees, leaves used to wither away. They used to fall down. They are not plugged. Trees' leaves were not plugged, those 8 trees. All those leaves which have fallen down are not sun dried, are dried away from the sun. They're not allowed to sunset are not allowed to fall on it. They dry it, they powder it, and that is lit inside the house as dhupam. That will help in the house as well as people are made to sit in front of it to inhale that to clear all the lungs. But nowadays we do not have that lung energy or power to face the effervescence as well as have the ability to fight back that in the intensity of that smoke. We have lost our ability to, take that. So that is not there in many of the textbooks in India right now. Next, vyayama. That is exercises. Hatha yoga like Surya Namaskaras, pranayam, breathing control practices. Ideally, anuloma viloma. Then comes the abhyanga. What is abhyanga? Applying the oil to the entire body from head to toe. Which way the person with vata should use sesame, person with pitta should use coconut oil, the person with kapha should use mustard oil. What if the other thing is done? Suppose if a vata person takes mustard oil, pitta person takes coconut oil. See, these oils are to calm down those doshas. If you interchange them, nothing will happen. You won't get much benefit out of it. But yes, the basic massaging, basic circulation will increase. Nothing wrong in it. These 3 oils can be used by anybody for massage, for abhyangam in the early part of the day. Udvartanam, body scrubbing. In Telugu, we call nalugu. We apply some herbal bath powder. We allow it to stick to the body and we rub it so that the oil is taken away. Then we use warm water, preferably cold water. If not, the person is not any one of us. If we have any vata dosha or if you're having fever or if you're having any body ache, only then we should go for warm water. Otherwise, we should always prefer cold water. Anulepanam, applying some scented paste to the body after that. Just a second. Mukha after everything is done, smearing the face with scented paste, like the face powders that we are using are not good because they're having silica in them. But yes, if someone knows about Gopi Chandan, which is as soft as a powder, such powders are to be kept only if you are having oily skin or sensitive skin. Otherwise, you don't need to put any Mukha. Yes, Bhanuprakash, you can unmute and ask me a question.
మేడం ఇది మనం ఇదంతా రూల్స్ ఆఫ్ దినచర్య స్టార్ట్ గురించి మాట్లాడినప్పుడు దంత మంజం కానీ మల విసర్జన ఇది అన్ని ఉంది. ఇది అభ్యంగన కూడా ఇది డైలీ యొక్క యాక్టివిటీ మేడం ఇది?
అవునమ్మా.
ఓకే.
అంత టైం ఇప్పుడు లేదు కాబట్టి కనీసం 15 రోజులకు ఒకసారి వారానికి ఒకసారి అన్న చేస్తే దాని బెనిఫిట్స్ మనం పొందుతాం. Now coming to the ideal way to have bhojanam, the food. Breakfast should be the heaviest of the day, between 7 to 9 a.m. Water strictly after 1 to 1.5 hours. It doesn't mean that if you're choking and you're not supposed to take water. It's not like that. Ideal thing is the food that you're eating should be a combination of all. In the slides which are following after this, you'll understand what sort of a person or what organization person is supposed to take in which form, right? At least for this slide, you please have patience. I'll tell that also. Ideally, having a buttermilk glass adjacent to your plate while eating is very good. And you can have sip of water, 2 to 3 sips of water when you're changing the type of food. Suppose if you're eating achar as a first thing, then you are changing that to some other sweet curry or something. Have 2 sips of water and then shift to that. If you're changing it to some curry, have 2 sips and change to that. That is an ideal way. It is helping the body to understand that you're moving to a shift. Yeah, and remember, always drink water in sitting posture. Afternoon food should be half of what you had in the morning. In the afternoon, it is the pitta time, so you can have a glass of buttermilk along with food only in the afternoon. But in the morning, you should not have buttermilk immediately after the food. And at 4 p.m., if somebody is having a lot of hunger, they can have roasted grains, which are not oily, which are not high spicy, which are very simple and easy to digest. From 6 to 7 p.m., it's the dinner time, or ideally during the sunsets, based on the country you belong to, based on the place you are there. Suppose Haridwar, nowadays, the sunset is somewhere around 8:30. It's okay. They can have till then. It is based on the sunrise and sunset in that area. We can't give this chart to a person who's staying in US or Canada, not at all. Then the chart changes. 9 to 10 p.m., a glass of milk, definitely and ideally only desi cow's milk. And in standing posture only. Milk and milk products in standing posture, water in sitting posture. These are the few important points that every one of us should follow. Like, salt. Epsom salt is a special case salt. Do not have Epsom salt as a daily food. That should be given only by doctors. Senda namak or rock salt or the pink salt, Himalayan pink salt that the modern day had given the name, that can be had every day. But yes, sea salt should also be there in your food occasionally. You should not completely depend only on Senda namak all the life. Oils which you use should be of ghani, cold pressed. Hot pressed is the second priority, and no refined oils. I think I'll send this chart to you instead of reading them out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This I will tell you the most important ones. Whenever you're eating, it could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever it is. You should always follow mitahar. What is mitahar? Suppose if you have 1 kg of hunger, you should fill only 50% of it with the solids, 25% with fluids, and 25% of your stomach should be empty. All the 3 times. Because you had the heaviest in the morning, you will have less hunger in the afternoon and much lesser in the evening. Suppose If your fire is so high that even in the evening you are having your hunger is so sharp, you're having a tikshna agni, do not worry, but follow this ratio. This will take care of it. After a couple of days, even if you're eating equal to the even if you're eating the quantity equal to your breakfast, don't worry about that. For some days, for few days, at least for 45 days, follow this. You might put on a little weight, but it will come down gradually. But you should follow this so that your agni is stabilized. Your agni will be stabilized only if you follow this ratio. Okay, do not watch TV, mobile, or talk while eating. Why? Because you won't see the color. Then your agni, your enzymes, whatever system we have learned, will go haywire and you won't have proper digestion at all. Very importantly, every hourly you should lubricate your you should hydrate your body by fluids in the form of buttermilk, some seasonal fruits, or plain water. Fruits should be definitely consumed in between foods and not along with foods. I think this we understood. And very important, the food that you're taking, the one which you call as solid, the regular dal, chawal, roti, all these things should be chewed so much that they become water. And the water that you're taking should be chewed and then gulped.
I have a question in the previous slide.
Yes.
Under the note, there are 2 points. Is it typo? Consume water in standing position. Is it a typo?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
This is a typo. This is a typo. Sorry, this should be opposite. This should be standing and this should be sitting.
Okay.
We are off to work after the breakfast. And while walking, always be aware of your own self, aware of every step, and be mindful of every step. Because if you're mindful of the steps that you're taking, that means your lungs are always active. If you're not mindful of how you're walking, what you're walking, your gait is not the way it is supposed to be, you are disturbing the combination of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. It's straight sit walk. It doesn't mean that you have to sit erect so that you get lower backache. I don't mean that. If you open your hand and if you see in front of you, your middle finger, when it is facing cloud, facing sky, you see there is a small curve. Your spine is also of this shape. Some people will have a bigger curve. Some people will have a smaller curve. This is the angle that you have to maintain for your spine. Then you will not have any lower back issues or backaches. Right? After dinner, please sit and relax. Do not immediately go for a walk at all. And in modern days lifestyle, everybody is like, this is a time when the whole family is together. This is a time husband and wife get time to spend with each other. So sit in a room and enjoy and have a chat. Do not go for a walk. This is a Vatakala. You have seen that, right? This is a Kapha and Vatakala. That is not fair. You should relax at that. Suppose if you're in a very sedentary lifestyle, if you are a software engineer where you have to sit at one place all the day, yes. After you finish your dinner, wait for half an hour to 1 hour and only then go for a walk. And that should be a relaxing walk. It should not be a strenuous one. Because if you're running, if you're using a lot of muscle power, that is, you're increasing your vata. So now you won't realize that. But down the line, you will face issues with knees, your constipation and all that. Getting my point? Definitely sleep only 2 hours post your dinner. Do not sleep immediately after dinner at all. Why? Because whatever you've eaten will be thrown out of the body next morning as a waste. Nothing will be assimilated. On the other hand, it will not just go on its own. It will take whatever you have eaten in the morning and in the afternoon also along with it. And you can take my word, if you sleep immediately immediately after taking food, that day's metabolic rate is very bad, and next day you are not giving a good fuel. See, when you're young enough, when you have good appetite, you won't realize all these things. As we have seen, the first definition of Ayurveda is Ayu plus. It is a science of long life. If you want to have a life which is equilibrium and for a long time, you should follow these rules. But yes, when you're in a hurry, you had a very hard time, you had food and you want to sleep, that day it's okay. But from the next day, you please change the routine. And I think I forgot to write it here. We should not sleep in the daytime at any cost. Yes, we can take rest, but we should not sleep. After the lunch, many of us have the habit of sleeping. You are not allowed to sleep horizontally. You can rest on a couch, sorry, on a sofa, on a recliner, somewhere where you can rest for 10 to 15 minutes. That also you should not do hours together. Why? Because with the time, brain is trying to activate its enzymes. It is trying to grind it. It is trying to break down all the food that you have eaten since morning and in the lunchtime also. But at that time, if you start sleeping, brain thinks, okay, my work is to do something else. So it will stop the entire activity of digesting that food and it will throw this food as a waste. How is it thrown? Not just by evacuating the next day morning. In the meantime, it still has 16, 17 hours. What will it do? It will throw it to your hips, your thighs, your hands. All those housewives who sleep in the afternoon, you can see their hands. Whatsoever they do in the world, they cannot burn that fat at all. Yeah. These slides I will send you. These are available in the internet also. This is from the Holistic Village where me and my friend have developed these things. A Vata person's plate should be something like this. It should be the combination of 50% carbs, 20% protein, 20% veggies, and 10% fruits. What are they? These things you can see here because it is only like, my reading will be very boring to. This is a Pitta plate. Pitta plate will be almost equal 30, 30, 30. Carbs 30, protein 30, 30% of veggies. Veggies here I don't mean salads. Remember, there is nothing like uncooked or salad in my context. Anywhere I have never used the word uncooked or salad. No. Ayurveda doesn't support uncooked food at all. Uncooked things should be only fruits. Only fruits are allowed to be taken, consumed uncooked. Raw carrots, raw beetroots, no. They should be at least steamed before they are consumed. Raw things are not accepted because every food should have seen Pratyaksha Agni. They should have seen fire. Fruits, yeah. Some of my naturopathy counterparts discuss with me or contradict with me saying that sun is the Pratyaksha Deva who is also a symbol of Agni and he has seen these fruits and they all have been cooked by. Maybe. But for them to assimilate into my gut and to assimilate into and not to disturb my enzymatic activity, they are supposed to physically cook. First, initially, when we were as nomads, they were eating raw. They were not having diseases. None of us, maybe yes, but eventually, when bacteria, viruses, all those things have attacked human race, eventually we have developed few techniques and technologies so that the food or the bacteria which is sitting on those foods is killed by another form of Agni, that is fire, that is the fire coming out of the gas or the chula, whatever it is. It should be killed and this food should be 1/3 or half cooked outside and only then it should be consumed for us to assimilate faster. And many of them compare us with monkey. You can compare us with monkey, but we are not monkey. Monkey's activity is different, our activity is different. Monkey need not save money in a bank. Monkey need not get up and do the household work. Monkey need not study. Her brain's activities, her Vata Pitta combinations are different compared to our Vata Pitta combinations, right? We are totally different entities. We might look similar, but we are not monkeys. This is a kapha palette, right? Here ends I hope I was of some help to add to your knowledge. Floor is open. If anyone wants to ask questions, yes, they can raise hands and ask. Let me open the chat box. I've
Can
not
you just see
opened.
the high pitta
Yeah.
diet again? Your last slide, you had the
Pardon. You want the high pitta ones, right?
diet, the plate which you were showing.
Yeah. Any questions? I think we are.
I wanted two questions actually. I want to see the Vata chart and question on heavy breakfast as well. So, does a heavy breakfast mean like too much in quantities, or heavy breakfast means like in nourishment? That means like
Too
dry
much in
fruits or fruit.
nourishment. Yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah,
dry fruits are something which are not cooked, right? They should be
yeah.
cooked in any form. How can dry fruit be cooked? They can be cooked by soaked overnight. Cooking is not just
Oh,
always in on gas. It can be other forms also. There
oh,
are various methods of. We have to convert them into a form where we can assimilate faster, assimilate along with the other food, right? If you
hmm,
take dry fruits, they are food. They are wholesome foods. They are food in their own way,
hmm,
right? If you take
yeah,
dry fruits, that is your breakfast. Or if that is not sufficing your agni, you're still hungry,
hmm,
you eat dry
yes.
fruits along with your breakfast, but do not give gaps in between. You should
Okay,
eat like that. You should eat as such. Once if you eat till 3.5 to 4 hours, you should not feel hungry again.
okay. Yeah. So
Quality of
that's
the
what.
food should be like that. I don't mean the quantity of it. I mean the
Yeah.
quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Any more questions?
Madam, could we take the food in standing position?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. Why? Because the diaphragm is supposed to be locked before we intake something. Suppose if the diaphragm is not locked, let me show you this. If we don't lock the diaphragm, right, there won't be control over what we eat. Yeah.
Madam, can I ask, madam?
Just I didn't finish his
అదే
question.
అది possible.
See, we will be having a diaphragm here, which will be segregating. Right? Here we'll have a diaphragm which will be segregating the rest of the upper part and the lower part. When we squat, right, from here, our position changes. Our legs will start from here, from the Vata zones. Right? When we sit down, when we squat like in Indian system, we lock the diaphragm. Or when we sit on the chair, still we lock the diaphragm, but not as much as we are locking when we are sitting on the floor or when we are folding our legs completely. If we do not lock our diaphragm, whatever we keep eating, right, it just comes and settles at the end of the stomach. If we lock, it settles at the middle of the stomach, which is what should happen because it has to grind first here and then go here. Because if we stand and it directly goes to the duodenum in a very short span of time, which is not completely churned here, which is not completely broken down here, and then liver has to ooze out more bile for it to be broken down. When the liver oozes out more and more of bile, our liver is a seat of pitta, right? So when who is what and all will take eventually. I'll be taking classes in future in advanced sessions. You'll understand. But yes, you should lock for the food to be digested better. So when you stand, don't be locked. So you should not stand and eat.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Bye.
Madam, could you mind to share this recording, madam, in the group?
We will be uploading this in the YouTube, sir. Whenever you want, you can see.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Madam,
Madam,
could you
I have a
explain
question.
Sir.
Madam, could you explain the importance of Brahma Muhurta when we compare to three doshas, madam?
Yes, sir. Brahma Muhurta is ideally 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., sir. Can you be more specific in your question? What are you trying to learn in that?
I mean, at that time, Vata will be increased. That is the time of Vata dosha. So, we practice generally, spiritual people practices meditation at Brahma Muhurta. That's
Yes.
why I'm asking.
Yes, sir. We
That's why.
practice. Yeah. Vata, see, practicing meditation, practicing puja is something is an action of Vata only, right? It is, yes, your thought process, you're doing pranayam, you're playing with the breathe, you're playing with the air. If you see lungs, particularly, they are cavities, right? They're vacuum cavities where air is being ingested and then carbon dioxide is brought out. Right? So we are activating the zones. We are trying to activate them at that time. That is the ideal time for us to practice pranayam in that Brahma Muhurta, so that when the lungs are happier and healthier, in the rest of the day, when we intake oxygen through the pranavayu, that will be assimilated more. If we have more oxygen exchange inside the lungs, our blood will be more oxygenated. If our blood is more oxygenated, we are the healthiest. Our immunity will be more. So why Brahma Muhurta? Because that is Vatakala. The Kriya itself is a Vata Kriya. And also, there are combinations of organs which are a couple. Lung and intestines are a couple, sir. So lungs are large intestines and lungs are a couple. Our wife and husband sort of thing. Husband is not well, wife will suffer. If a wife is not well, husband will suffer. So immediately at that time when lungs are being activated, if the wife is taught good things in the house, it will help the husband to run the family so well. So at that time when pranayam or hatha yoga or puja, whichever is being practiced to stabilize the kapha zone, right? Zone is kapha zone, right? Do you agree? I've shown in the first one.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we are trying to stabilize that kapha zone by practicing pranayam, by doing the vata kriyas. Because it is in this time zone, we are making both the organs, the lungs and the intestines stay healthy for the rest of the day. Because once we do this pranayam, all these things, right? Whatever rest of the toxins are there in the intestines will be evacuated later. It will detox better. So when you see the manifestations of Vata Pitta Kapha in the brain, then you will appreciate more about the Brahma Muhurta, sir. Physically, this is what it is. But when we see the manifestation of Vata in the brain, right, then you will appreciate more about what you asked.
Thank you, madam.
Madam, can I ask, madam, now?
Yes, yes.
So now that we have known with the basic principles of Ayurveda, how to start the day or how to eat, what we when to eat. As a layman, has no knowledge of Ayurvedic principle, if a person, can we start considering these principles and follow them
Why not?
in a day-to-day life?
This is a
Because,
basic
for example, yes, in case like as an example, if I myself, if I'm having something related to Vata or something related to Pitta, and also I find the same thing in other doshas also. So how do I consider taking the food by taste, or how do I go with the
Bhanu,
activity, or how do I follow the time?
Yeah, Bhanu. When Krishna was asking me some particular questions, I told him that this is a basic class which can be generalized to every dosha person. Yes, whatever ailment or whichever ailment you have, you can follow these principles because I made it clear in the first itself. This is a generic class. This is irrespective of what or which category you fall into. You can definitely
I
follow.
missed the starting part, madam. Sorry.
Pardon?
I missed the starting part. I was unable to join in the start at the start. class.
You were there when I started the daily lifestyle, right?
No, madam, I couldn't join for first 20 minutes. I joined later.
Don't worry. You will have the recording link. No, you can again listen to it and you can follow.
Okay, okay. Thank you, madam. And one more question: do we have any extended classes after this for this Ayurvedic?
Yeah, if people ask, yes.
Yes, we want.
Yeah, sure, we want it.
We want it now.
Yes,
Yeah,
madam.
yeah.
We want it.
Sure. Let me work
Yes,
on it.
madam, we want it.
Because it's a very deep subject. Ayurveda is not just very simple. See, if for example, for a small example, if we see a organ liver, Vata Pitta Kapha in the liver, even liver is a seat of Pitta. It falls under the category of Pitta, but it still has some lesser amount of Vata and Kapha also inside it. It is a structure, right? It has its own structure. So it is an earth element. Earth element is a mix in Kapha again. So if there is a Kapha dosha in liver, it will be a fatty liver. Suppose if it is a Vata dosha in liver, it is a liver it's a cirrhotic liver. If it is a Pitta dosha in liver, then it will be another form. So it is not just that simple, right? And yeah, I plan to take such classes also in future. Sure, definitely. We'll start a link as and when people join. If there are sufficient 10 to 15, 20 people, yes, we can have another class again.
Okay,
Ma'am,
Yes.
I would
Yes, sir.
like to pay my gratitude to you, your class. It's a knowledge-packed session. Really
so much.
appreciate your efforts.
you, sir.
Believe me, many times I have read Vata, Pitta in the newspaper, somewhere in the magazines. But today I came to know what exactly it is. I really appreciate. Thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you
Kindly
so much.
accept my
One person
gratitude, please.
understands Self-Very. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
I second that. Amazing session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Actually, I wanted to add the appreciation. Everywhere these days, we are finding a lot of information which is misleading in the internet. Ante opinion oriented gaani atla అయిపోతుంది. So standard rules, regulations,
It has
principle
more
based
been
on
allopathized, Banu. It has been more allopathized because people understand that language more. So that's where, when westernized people have also learnt it, so they try to translate into their way of understanding. So then things change. Then the basic thing changes. That's the only thing that is causing the whole confusion all about.
Yes, madam. Also, ikkada even not in like western sides, madam. Mana India side lo kuda people started when they started giving opinions in their social platforms, social media platforms and all. అది కూడా చాలా misleading గా ఉంటుంది. So one person, any person should have a strong support from recognized doctors like you. So I am very happy to be part of
I
this
have
community.
already said, this is the first time. I think those who know me personally, they know that this is the first time I'm coming out into a platform.
Yes, madam. I have seen you. Yes,
The first thing. Many people have been asking time and again.
And
This
you
is
did
something
a fantastic job of it. So proud of you.
Thank you so much, Ajay. You were one of the forces behind it. Time and again asking me to have something like this.
Yeah, it is wonderful to have you like this.
Thank you so much. So I thought it's been, high time. I have to give away my shyness and, facing camera was always my drawback. So I have to come out of it. So I also improvised on my Vata and I
But
came
I
in
have
front.
still not seen you. Where camera you are facing? Where can I see you?
See me here, Ajay. You can see me here. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Me too. Thank you so much, all of you. I hope you understood and don't ask me same questions when you come for consultations. Okay?
You are looking like one big teacher now.
Oh, thank you so much. Any more questions?
Thanks a lot, ma'am. It was a very good session. We hope many
It's
sessions.
a surprise. I was thinking somebody else, Dr. Sridevi.
Oh, is it?
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
This
you
is
so much.
Amer with you.
Thank you, really. Thanks a lot. And actually, you like to know maybe in the next class about the, sugar spike and all, like,
Sugar spike
So
will come in advance to advance
yes.
because the
Oh,
foundation has to be laid a lot because there is a lot to
uh,
understand about the kapha is a basic thing I explained to you in terms of the house being lit and all that. But there is a lot into it. There's a lot into it that we have to understand. It is not like a lot of theory into it. There's a lot of understanding behind it, which we have to perceive. Then I won't have to explain you anything. Then I'll ask you. See, this person is having diabetes. You tell me what would you do, and you will give answers. I want that thing to happen. It's not like me always giving solutions and answers, right? I have to make you. I have to prepare you in that way that if you look at a person, you should be able to say.
Yeah, we would
You
be
should be able to
very
see yourself.
thankful
Maybe
if we one day be in that position.
see, becoming a Vaidya is a very big task. But at least if you can suggest somebody, if you just see and suggest something, unwritten, it is not allowed by law. But at least in your close vicinity, in your own family, if you can, make your family healthy, each and slowly, all these dots will join together and the world will become a healthier family.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
such a beautiful thought. Like, thank you for sharing that so much. Thank you so much.
Let us wind up the
Thank you.
class. Prayer.
Yeah. Thank you. Namaskar.
మేడం వన్ ఫైనల్ క్వశ్చన్ మీరు మీ అవైలబిలిటీ ఎక్కడ మేడం లైక్ హౌ డు వి కన్సల్ట్ ఆర్ యువర్
That
అవైలబుల్
we can
టైమింగ్స్ అండ్
discuss on WhatsApp, Banu. Banu, we can discuss on WhatsApp.
షూర్ మేడం
श्रीभूयुत श्रीहरिचिह्निताभ्याम् अगस्त्य रेखादि विरञ्चिताभ्याम् निगूढ़ बीजाक्षर मुद्रिताभ्यां नमो नमः सद्गुरु पादुकाभ्यां हरिः ओम तत्सत् हरिः ओम
Hari Om Shanti.
ओम शांति
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Loved the
Om
session.
Shanti.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ajay.
You.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.